Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you guys all had a great weekend, a great Sunday of NBA. It was a good night last night for us, for DraftKings. Main slate hit a 269.25. It was only a 2-game slate, and the cash line was pretty low. So we were able to cash really high in GPPs as well as double-ups. So it was a solid night on DK, and let's see if we can get it again. If you guys do want lineups, the website is thedfsprocess.com. I'll put it in the description. Go check it out. But anyway, let's talk about this 10-game slate we have. We got a big slate for Monday. Lots of different ways you can go, but with some of the value we still have on Minnesota, should be a semi-chalky slate. Starting off at point guard, there are a number of point guards that I like. I'm going to run through a couple of them really quick. Jrue Holiday at 8-1. I like him a lot against Phoenix. This is my favorite game stack on the day. Phoenix at New Orleans, the Pelicans. Should be a super fast pace. Both teams play really fast. Both defenses are very poor as well. Expecting lots and lots of fantasy goodness out of this slate. So yeah, 8-1, Jrue Holiday has just been amazing. Look at his past like 5 or 6 games. Been really consistent as well. But since Boogie went down, he's just been turned his game up to another level. Dropped 61 today in overtime against the Bucks. It is a back-to-back, but they did play a bit earlier, so they do get a few extra hours to rest. But, at 8-1 against Phoenix and what should be a very high scoring game, I like him a lot. There's nothing not to like at 8-1 with Jrue Holiday. Suns are also giving up the most fantasy points to point guards over this season. You can also look at right at the other side with ELFRID Payton at 7-7. I think Payton is a nice play. The Pelicans are also very bad at guards. Second worst in efficiency this season. And then if you want to go like low 7Ks, I think LOWRY at 7-3 is interesting against Detroit. It's a slow-paced game, going to be really slow. Probably low scoring, but Toronto does play good at home, and LOWRY has had a good game against the Pistons earlier this season. And Ish Smith is just no match defensively. He's a defensive liability. And then obviously if you want to pay down, you got to talk about BURKE here at 4-6. I think he is in line to get big minutes now. Jarrett Jack has not played at all since the All-Star break. Back-to-back 40-point games, back-to-back 26 real-life points he scored. He's kind of come out of nowhere, but he looks really good on the court. Knicks want to go young. He's outplayed Emmanuel Mudiay in both games so far, even though he's been off the bench. I think he might, get the nod. He might get it. There's a shot he might become the starter soon. It could happen against Golden State. We'll see. But at 4-6, his price did get a nice bump, but it's well deserved given his recent play. Anyway, let's go on to shooting guards. At shooting guard, I'm going to go right back to Jamal Crawford at 3-7. At 3-8. Price tag only rose $100. I think that's a mistake. He should obviously have risen more. Since Jimmy Butler's gone down, he's averaged like 27 DraftKings points in all the games that Jimmy Butler's gone down this season. At 3-8, that is a great price tag we're getting for him. Comes off the bench, takes a lot of shots, double-digit shots off the bench most games. And now with Butler out, he should even take more shots. 3-8 is way too cheap for him. He's going to be chalky, but I'm not going to be fading him in the matchup and at that price tag. All right, let's go on to small forward. Small forward, I'm going right back to BJELICA at 4-7. First game, BJELICA didn't play great. His price tag did go up $1,300, but he still played 33 minutes. He got into foul trouble. He just didn't get into rhythm. Shot just 3-9 from the floor. But he's still going to be seeing 30-plus minutes with Jimmy Butler out. Should get a nice usage bump. And this game against Sacramento, it's a fine matchup for him. 4-7, I think he still has good upside to get 5x value, 6x value at the spot. And hopefully his ownership's lower. People will not play him just because they look at his last game against Chicago. But if you watch that game, you saw he just got into a lot of foul trouble and just could not hit his shots. So we're going right back to him at 4-7. All right, power forward, let's go right back to this Pelicans-Suns game, and I'm going to play Anthony Davis at 11-7. favorite stud on the day for me. 11-7 is looking kind of pricey, I mean, at first glance, but if you look at his game logs, they've been insane. Dropped 90 against the Heat, 77 against the Lakers, 87 against Brooklyn. Brooklyn game was double overtime, but still, Davis just gets a huge bump without Cousins taking over the game. Against the Suns, I don't know who they're going to try to put on him, try to stop him. He should go absolutely dominate at home in this spot. I love him in this matchup. The only question is, hopefully he stays on the court. We'll see. We can't really trust Anthony Davis to stay on the floor, but if he does, he should absolutely smash in this matchup against the Suns. So I like him a lot at power forward. And then at center, there are a couple different ways I think you can go. Obviously you can put Davis at center if you want. KARL-ANTHONY Towns at 9-9. Without Jimmy Butler, he only dropped 43 against the Bulls, but this is a tremendous matchup against the Kings, one of the worst teams against centers. He's averaged over 60 against them in both games this season that they've played. And I think at 9-9, his price tag is pretty steep, but I think it's deserving given the matchup and without Jimmy Butler, obviously. I do love Julius Randle a lot at 7-8. He's just been turned it up. He's turned his game to another level. And what you love to see is the amount of minutes he's getting in close games. He played 38 minutes against the Kings, put up 43 DraftKings points, only scored 12 real-life points, which is down compared to what he's been. But he's still been getting a ton of rebounds lately, getting a lot of assists as well. I like him a lot against the Hawks. Great matchup. The Lakers as a team put up over 130 points against this Hawks team earlier this season. So the Lakers should put up a lot of points. And I think Julius Randle at 7-8 is a tremendous play at center. If you want to pay down a little bit, I think we can definitely look at, Jonas Valanciunas at 6K. I think he's still a good GPP play. Was disappointing against the Bucks. Great matchup. Played 31 minutes in overtime, but just wasn't aggressive. As you see, he's been really passive the last 3 games, just shooting 7 shots, 9 shots, 4 shots. We need him to get back to shooting double-digit shots. Whenever he takes double-digit shots, that is usually when he absolutely mashes. At 6K, he had a big game against his Pistons team earlier this year, and he's going to have to stay on the court with Griffin and Drummond. I think at 6K, he's fine. And one more guy I want to talk about is Alex Len at 5'6". Tyson Chandler is doubtful for this game. It is a good matchup against this Pelicans team. As you see, they've been giving up a good amount of points to centers lately. And Alex Len is probably going to have to stay on the court to match up against Davis. And Mirotic, the Pelicans do play kind of big. And Alex Len has just been really consistent, and getting to start the last 3 games, dropping well over 30 in all 3 of them. 5'6", this price tag is it's getting up there, rose by $500. But I think he's a fine play at 5'6", pretty good cash game staple in my opinion. But as I said, at center, I'm going to go right back to Julius Randle at 7'8". I just love the upside of Randle. He has triple-double upside, and he's been getting a lot of minutes as well. I think he's a lock for 40 in this game, as you see earlier this year in just 22 minutes, dropped 33. And now he's playing like 35 minutes in close games, so that could easily be a 50 spot for him. 7-8, that's probably like the peak I want to play for, peak price tag I want to pay for Julius Randle. But I do want to jump on him while he's been really hot and just really consistent. So go right back to Randle at 7-8, and there you have it. Those are the 5 guys that I have as of now. Obviously, it's a huge slate. I might have to make some changes, have to do more research. So follow me on Twitter at the DFS Process, where I will post updates. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and see you all tomorrow.